Thank you for staying with us. Time to turn our attention to tomorrow's Easter roast, and more importantly, what to drink with your Easter roast.
Ian Brosnan, wine manager at Eli Wine Bar and Eli Bar and Brasserie, has joined us once again. Good morning, Ian.
Morning,
Good morning.
Ian.
You gave us some great tips for a wonderful Valentine's. It worked out very well. Thank you for your...
Did it really?
It did very well.
It did it.
Very
wow,
well.
Interesting.
So I'm hoping for the same result tomorrow.
Well, I can't make any promises.
So today we're looking at great accompaniments for our Sunday roast in general, or specifically with lamb tomorrow.
Yeah. So we've got 3 reds. All of them will work with lamb, but they'll also work with other dishes. But we're going to start off with a white that I think is probably the best all-rounder.
Really?
This is Riesling from Alsace. A lot of people have this perception that Rieslings are sweet. And even sometimes when they see the shape of the bottle, the tall bottle, they get a bit scared. But most Riesling is dry.
It's dry?
Yeah. So
Okay.
kind of the characteristics of Riesling are it's crisp, it's refreshing, it's a little bit tangy, it's very citrusy. So it works as a fantastic aperitif. It works with shellfish, seafood, fish and pork. It would be fantastic with pork.
With pork as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a price point on that, Ian?
This is pretty widely available and it's about $19.95. Trimback would be one of the great wine families of France.
Lovely. It's very fresh. You can really taste the citrus.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. Don't try
They
some.
were established in 1626.
1626.
And they've been
So
family
nearly
run
half
ever
four.
since.
They've been around a while. They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm just trying to look like
I left
I
a
know
bit of
what I'm
lipstick on that, sorry.
doing. Thanks very much.
We have 2 glasses, but
Avoid
sure,
that.
look.
2 glasses.
We're
one
friends
sample.
now.
But if you're looking for a nice white, either to go with fish, pork, or just as an all-rounder,
Yeah, I
Riesling
think
is
that
definitely
would
my pick.
Well,
Absolutely.
I had a
tick the
little
box.
slither of the pork a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Easy now. And that's
Neil's
very
about it.
nice. That goes with that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Next.
Ours in vitro from the Navarra region, which isn't that well known.
It's not that well known, but it's definitely an up-and-coming region in
Give
Spain.
Laura one as well. Look at.
Why not? It's Easter.
The grapes they use, predominantly Tempranillo, which is the same grape they use in Rioja, but in this one there's a little bit of Merlot as well.
Okay.
Now, what's probably a little bit different about this is they don't age the wine in oak, so you don't get that kind of oaky flavour you'd get in a lot of Rioja. It's more about the fruit. So you get a lot of dark berry fruit. It's very smooth. It's fairly full-bodied. Fantastic with something like roast leg of lamb.
So less of a hangover then, if it hasn't been opened.
Straight to the chase, Laura. Good one with yourself.
Necessarily.
Really?
No.
Okay, don't drink the bottle, just a glass. Be lovely.
Well, just drink the bottle with dinner,
As opposed to before it.
as opposed to before dinner.
That's very nice.
It's good, isn't
Light.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, you can taste the berry there already.
But it's really fruity, you know, so...
And that would be a great accompaniment for all red meat.
All red meat, but particularly something like roast leg of lamb. You know, it's got
And a
that lovely
price point on
fruitiness.
that, Ian?
This is really good value. It's about $14.95.
Very good.
It's exclusive to O'Brien's. But a lot of the wines from Navarra, because they're not that well known, tend to be a lot better value for money.
Okay, well,
Okay.
good tip.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3, we're going to Tuscany. So what I might do is just tip these out.
This
Sure.
is the Isole e Olena.
So Leo Elena.
It's a what?
Isole e Olena.
No, I'm okay, thanks. I had one before I came out.
I would say this is probably my favourite winery in all of Italy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they just make incredible wines. Everything they do. This is their Chianti Classico, which is kind of their flagship wine.
Okay.
The grape is Sangiovese, and the characteristics of Sangiovese are, well, you get a lot of red berry fruit, but particularly cherry.
Okay.
But it's quite high in tannin, which is what you feel on your teeth, and it makes it very
rubbery
dry.
sort of thing,
yeah.
yeah.
And also it's quite acidic. So what it means is that wines like this, they're not great for just standing around and drinking on their own, but with food, it's a totally different experience. And this is a wine, this is what I would call a food wine. So it's very nice on its own, but with food, it's something totally different.
Now, it's pricey enough, so you're paying for what you get, but you wouldn't be on this all night.
You wouldn't be on this all
Bottles of
night.
dinner, depending on the amount of people you've opened
This,
it with.
you know, it's a treat, and you have it. It's not something you sit around and drink with your friends. You have it with dinner.
It's very different to that first red.
Yeah, it's a lot
Very
more
different.
savoury. So
Yeah, it is.
you get cherry flavours, but you also get things like dried herbs and
But you can almost taste why you'd need...
the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Just to
feel
balance
it.
it,
You
yeah.
can feel
I
the
like
tannin.
that. I think that's very smooth.
Well,
You prefer the first one, you prefer the light one?
yeah, I do, yeah.
I think that's lovely.
The acidity you feel
You do, yeah.
on your gums, it's like a little tingle. And I would have this with something like slow-cooked lamb.
Yeah, yeah.
Lamb shoulder, because the acidity cuts through the fat. So any slow-cooked dish, a high-acid red is perfect.
And again, price point on that in.
This is mid-30s. It's about 35.
Ooh,
High
we're climbing up there. Aren't we?
We are
red.
climbing up. Yeah.
So it is a phrase that being the ultimate food wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are certain wines that are a whole lot better with food than on their own.
Okay, always good to ask, I suppose,
Yeah.
when you're in
Yeah.
shopping.
We serve a lot of lamb in the restaurant. And we, at the moment, we have a slow-cooked lamb shoulder dish, and this is exactly the sort of
Perfect.
wine that I would serve.
And last but by no means least is
We've got a red from Tasmania.
a Tasmanian red.
Yeah. So it's a
Right.
Pinot Noir.
Talpuddle.
Talpuddle. So it's named after the vineyard is called Talpuddle, and it's named after the Talpuddle martyrs who were sent over there, well, back in the 18-something.
Okay.
In the last probably 15, 20 years, Tasmania has proved to be an amazing vineyard or wine region, particularly for things like Chardonnay, Riesling and Pinot Noir, so cooler climate grape varieties.
Okay.
This one,
Is a treat
it's an absolute treat.
at
but
€59. Only give it to people you really like.
60 quid a bottle.
don't buy yourself any Easter eggs because
Okay.
Yeah.
they're quite unhealthy, as we heard.
Yes.
So just get yourself one really nice bottle of wine.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
It's very light, the bouquet.
It's quite light in colour, and Pinot always is. It's quite aromatic, so you get lots of red berry, you get spice, you get kind of earthy aromas as well. But with Pinot Noir, it's as much about the texture and how the wine feels
yeah.
as the aroma. So on the palate, it should be really soft and really silky and really smooth.
That's gorgeous.
And have a really, really long aftertaste. So after you've swallowed, the flavour stays and stays and stays.
Really, really
It's heavy, it
nice.
would fill you up. I mean,
Yeah.
a couple of glasses would be
It's
plenty.
quite full flavoured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this would be amazing with the pork.
I better try another little bit of pork just to prove that there.
Yeah.
What do you
Back
think?
with the wine and I'll call you a taxi.
Marvellous. Ian, thank you very much.
Ian.